In your gradient overlay settings, let's go into edit gradient. Actually, first we'll change the blending mode just to an overlay, and then we'll go to our gradient, edit gradient in the colors, which brings up our gradient editor. And what we want to do is have black on either end with a white, create a new white swatch in the center there, and just create a new opacity swatch in the center at 100%, and then the two outside opacities, let's wind those down, and it just gives us a sort of a highlight through the middle. And I think rather than overlay, we'll go for a color dodge and bring the opacity down on the effect a little bit. And now what we want to do is change the angle. There we go, something like that. Now just highlight the gradient overlay, go Control C, and then we'll select our texture layer, which is just above our text texture layer, which is above. In fact, we'll just rename that text, and we will Control V. And what we'll do is slightly change, we'll offset, we'll go into the gradient overlay for that layer and just offset a little bit higher up on the text, something like that. And we might just bring the opacity down on that a little bit, and the same for the base layer. Let's just bring the opacity down, it's a little bit harsh, and I think that's working fine. Now as you look at it, we'll go into the sparkle layer. It is a little bit bright. What we could do is just go into the text in the sparkle layer and just bring your levels down a little bit, and then crush them back up. Something like that's fine. And that's working okay. We'll probably increase the size of the noise a little bit. So if we just bring up our white solid with the noise, just go a little bit larger on the scale and drop the brightness down a little bit, contrast up, and a little bit more brightness there. Something like that's fine. That's pretty much what we're looking for. It's a bit of a caustic effect that we're looking for, and that should work fine. And now let's come back to our main comp